What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so this just dropped on the Hollywood Reporter. Let's see here. Pat McAfee claims an ESPN executive is attempting to sabotage his show. McAfee called out ESPN's head of production, Norby Williamson, on his program Friday. ESPN host Pat McAfee is still making headlines just days after he apologized when Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers made an unfounded claim about ABC late night host Jimmy Kimmel. McAfee himself took aim at a top ESPN executive who he believes is attempting to sabotage his show. McAfee on Friday called out Norby Williamson, a 4-decade veteran of ESPN and its executive editor and head of event and studio production, alleging that the executive leaked negative ratings information. It is not clear what specifically McAfee was referring to, but the New York Post published a story about McAfee's ratings on Thursday. Now, that article is up on the Hollywood Reporter. I mean, they just sent that out like 15 minutes before I started taping this, right? I did my other video. They had the Aaron Rodgers situation. He made the little comment about Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel, he obviously got upset. There are reports that Jimmy Kimmel actually spoke to some high up Disney execs about the comment that happened on, which then that led to Pat McAfee coming out the following day, apologizing, saying he understood why Jimmy Kimmel was upset. And now this story dropped out yesterday on the New York Post about, hey, Pat McAfee's ratings, even though he's got this big old ESPN deal, his ratings aren't actually that strong. Now, Pat says that is all cap. He says his ratings have never been higher. He's got the social media engagement. I know on his YouTube numbers, his YouTube clips and stuff, they look really strong. So if Pat is falling off, I can't tell. He still looks like he's doing numbers. What was it, a couple months ago? He was doing the college game day thing with ESPN, and he was getting some shade thrown at him that way. But I do feel like, and when I talked about the Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Kimmel thing that happened on Pat McAfee's show, people were saying, oh, no, Pat shouldn't apologize. And I'm saying, dude, that was super irresponsible to go on a platform that has millions and millions of people and talk about another coworker. Remember, ESPN is owned by Disney. Jimmy Kimmel works for ABC. ABC is owned by Disney. They both work for Disney now. So you're talking about a coworker. Even though Pat didn't make the comments, Aaron is getting paid by Pat to come on his show. He's already, when Aaron comes on Mondays and talks about football, Pat's paying him. So that's all Disney money, all getting swirled around in the pot. So you are allowing someone to come on your platform and throw a serious allegation, even if it's maybe we're just joking around a little bit, whatever, all this kind of stuff. He talked about the Epstein list. He said all that, and I was like, whoa, and I like Aaron Rodgers, but that was mad reckless. And now you see, like I said, it's been reported by some sources that Jimmy Kimmel was, he actually tweeted out that he might need to get his lawyers involved if Aaron Rodgers kept on with the allegations. But that's serious. That opens everybody up. You mean to tell me, because Jimmy Kimmel makes millions of dollars hosting that late night show from Disney, right? And obviously Pat McAfee's making his big deal, $100-some million, whatever. He's getting paid, right? So you're telling me that you're paying me, but you're allowing one of my coworkers to have this person on his show that is also broadcast on a Disney-owned channel, and he's making wild, reckless statements about me. So now they're doing some damage control. Certain things are coming, and they're trying to maybe throw Pat under the bus a little bit, even though he's come out, he's tried to clean it up. I think this is very interesting, and the fact that one thing I like about Pat, he didn't pussyfoot around. He called the man's name. I don't know who Norby Williamson is, but whoa, Pat called the man's name out. That's interesting. Some people I've seen say maybe Pat can get out of his deal and just go back to doing what, because some people liked the show before Pat signed with ESPN, and they would like, bro, you had it all. You had your own company. Your YouTube his YouTube was outperforming ESPN consistently, which is why they offered him the money to buy everything. That's why they had to give him a bag. And I know he got his wife and his daughter and all that, but there was a reason they came to you and wanted to buy you out. Now, I don't know if, the Barstool deal with Dave Portnoy, when he sold to that gambling company. They never really got it. Barstool's going the way that he had it when he was running it, and then they made the deal with ESPN, and they let Dave get Barstool back under his control. Maybe there's a way, if this doesn't work out, that Pat can go back off on his own and have his company back under his full control again and just be independent. Because he had no problem getting sponsors and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, some people say he lost money taking the ESPN deal, but he had less. If Disney and ESPN is handling everything, you don't have to handle the payroll. You don't have to do all the things that come with running a business. Either way, I like Pat. I like Pat a lot. I think he's great. I love listening to him talk about sports. His show's really fun. I hate that this is happening, but I thought that was super reckless. And like I said, I like Aaron Rodgers, but I thought that was irresponsible to even make that comment come out. And I know it was live, so you couldn't just edit it out. But boy, that was wild. So, like I said, stuff's starting to happen. I'm curious about it. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, give me a follow. Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads. I'm all at IkariPress.com. We're on Gumroad. If you want to check out some of my books, also go to IkariPress.com. Brand Way of the Gun. It is still in demand. You can pre-order a copy of that. SouthernMuffin.com. You know how we do. I'm out.